I wanted to say, before I even get started with the review, first, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. And please, subscribe to my channel. Just click subscribe, and if you click the little alarm bell, in addition to subscribe, that means you'll get notices whenever I upload a new video. But please subscribe. Okay, it is Luxury Fred, and this week I am rolling in the 2018 INFINITI Q50, and this is the Q50 Luxe, which is their luxury edition. Now, if you watch my YouTube channel, now if you're wondering why it's bumpy, I was a little bit off-road here in the desert taking some cool pictures of the Q50. I'm about to get back on road. If you watch my YouTube channel, you've already seen my review of a Q50. That was the Q50 RED SPORT 400. Which is their kind of top-of-the-line sport version of this car with a big, with a V6 engine and 400 horsepower. This also has a V6 engine. This has a twin-turbo 3-liter V6 with 300 horsepower. I believe the other engine is tuned better, so to speak, to get the extra horsepower, but it's essentially the same engine. So let me start out by doing a little speed test here and show you what this car can do. Again, twin-turbo V6 with 300 horsepower, but still rather impressive. Ready? So very, very fast, especially in the sport mode. Obviously, it's not as fast as the RED Sport 400. That's 100 more horsepower, but it's still a lot of fun to drive. And you've got 300 horsepower in a relatively small package. Again, with the car in that sport setting, it's really responsive. You really have on-demand torque and stuff like that. I have noticed if it's not in the sports setting, you can get a little lag, and especially if it's in that eco setting, you can get a lot of lag. So let me pull over here and talk more about the car. So again, this is the 2018 INFINITI Q50 Luxe version. This is the 3.0 Luxe. They also make a 4-cylinder i4 inline 4 turbo, one turbo, not twin turbo, and you can get that in, I think, 2 trim levels as well, the 2.0T variant. And then you jump up to this, which is the 3.0T, again, the Luxe and the Sport, and finally the RED Sport 400. And this is considered a step up from the 2-liter model. Price-wise, if you'll allow me to cheat here, for this Q50, the Luxe version starts at $39,150. The Sport version is a little more at $40,650, and the RED Sport 400 starts at $51,000. Now, that does not include parking assist and lane keep assist and cross traffic alert and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff is optional. And of course available. And the other big thing on these Q50s, this does not have it, but one of the other options is called direct adaptive steering, and it is literally steering by wire. So the steering wheel is not physically connected to the front wheels with a steering box like a traditional car. It's connected electronically, so when you turn the wheel, just like a modern airplane, it's electrical impulses that tell it how far you're turning the wheel, and that in turn turns the wheels. Some people like it, some people say the feeling is off, it's not a good sporty feeling. I had the direct adaptive steering in the RED Sport 400. I didn't realize that I had it until after I returned the car. and I didn't notice any difference, better or worse. It just drove really nice and I didn't really notice any difference. And now let's take a look at the outside of the Q50. So it's windy, so I'm gonna stop talking and play some music as I walk around the car. Now let's take a look at the inside. Okay, so you have a very comfortable, luxurious interior. We have leather appointed seating surfaces. Again, this is the Q50 Luxe. There's also a Q50 Sport, as I've mentioned. And I like the inside of these cars. Everything is functional, everything makes sense. Not too complicated to operate everything. Give you a quick tour. We have some nice wood trim and nice kind of complementing aluminum on the door handle and the trim here. Window controls here, traction control off, trunk. This is your heads-up display controls and how high or low it is. Turn signal, obviously, wipers, stuff like that. Steering wheel mounted controls for the infotainment system and the cruise control, and no paddle shifters on this. Have a very nice kind of center stack here with this kind of tablet-like touch screen with different apps and different settings. Or you can click and go into settings for all the different things, but it's kind of like a tablet there. And then you have your climate control on the outside for passenger and for driver. Let's see what else. This is your infotainment stuff here. Very nice transmission. You can put it into, if you put it on that side, you can put it into a manual mode and then shift up and down like that. Should probably put it back into park. So this is your control to change the settings and things like that for the infotainment system. Very important thing right here. This is your drive mode select. So can you see here, we've got it in sport mode, which gives you the most spirited performance. Then a personal mode, which is where you can set it for whatever you want. You have standard, which is kind of a combination of touring and sport. You have an eco mode that makes this very, very slow, but gives you good gas mileage. And then you have a snow mode for the most traction. This particular model is rear-wheel drive. You can also get this car in all-wheel drive. So a very nice kind of leather or simulated leather on the dashboard here. Again, we have very nice fit and finish on the doors. You have a big sunroof up there. Give you a look at the back seat. And we have a very nice back seat here. Again, nice trim. You have a good amount of space back here. Good amount of leg room, even with the front seat back fairly far. Again, very nice leather appointed seating surfaces back here, and you have a center console, and then you do have a pass-through here that goes into the trunk there. And you can lock that too, so you can totally lock the trunk. And then you have a little cup holder for your rear seat passengers back here. You have little courtesy lights back here, and then you do have seat back pockets here. You don't have a control for your climate system back here, but you do have a old school cigarette ashtray, and then you have vents out here for the climate control system. Some kind of lumbar support on the seat there. Okay. So that is a look at the interior. This car is available in either rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. This is the rear-wheel drive model, and in addition to the 2-liter and the 3-liter, you can also get this as a hybrid, and the hybrid has a 3.5-liter V6 with some kind of electrical helper engine that gives you better mileage and gives you some more performance in there as well. So again, you have kind of your basic, nice, compact luxury sedan, I think you might say. Road manners are wonderful, really handles nicely, great cruising on the freeway, extremely comfortable, very luxurious ride, very quiet cabin. So definitely really feels like a true luxury car, and it's enjoyable to drive whether you're going on the freeway or doing a, you know, going through the canyons or something like that. The 3-liter, 300 horsepower twin turbo engine, more than adequate on the freeway and really is fast. It's the kind of car where you're going 70, 75 and you go to pass someone, and if you punch it, very quickly you're approaching triple digits. So really comfortable to drive, really enjoyable to drive. And of course you get Infiniti's rock solid build quality, where this, you know, nothing's going to break on this car, and you're going to get a couple 100,000 miles as long as you maintain it properly without really any problems. And that's, to me, that's the difference between buying an Infiniti or a Lexus compared with a BMW or an Audi or something like that, that you have that higher level of reliability and also less expensive repairs. Please leave me comments. I read all the comments and love hearing what people think. Tell me what you think of the review, and also let me know what other cars you'd really like me to review, so that I can try to do that in the future. And of course, if you like the video, click like under the video. That helps me as well.